Hello. I don't even know why I feel so guided to make these videos today. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why do I feel like I need to let this all out. I don't know, maybe it's because Moon is conjunct today, all this stellium and Capricorn. Maybe it's because Mars is about to oppose Saturn. I'm not sure, but I really feel like today is the day when I just want to let this all out and go forward, I guess, from this point onwards. I hope that whoever is listening to this will also find something to take away from this, because this is very honest. This video is not sponsored. This video is not made with any specific purpose of selling something, promoting something, even becoming popular on social media, all of this stuff that is supposedly right now social media is all about. And if you're not going in the same direction as everyone else, there's something wrong with you, or you're bad or not successful, which I'm very, very, very tired from. If this is the shit world we're going to be living from now on, honestly, aliens, where are you? Hello, hi. Because if our world is going to be this matrix, everyone is like, oh, we are breaking out from matrix. No, we are like deeper and deeper in it, if you were to ask me. It's just some kind of matrix, and I feel like it's only gonna continue. I just pray that there's going to be a turnaround. But anyway, this video is about, 2020, once again, was a struggle for everyone. I don't believe for a second that there's been people who just were completely happy all year. Because the thing is, this is first of all the tightest, heaviest energy we'll ever feel in our lives. That's one. Second, even if you're doing well, when so many people are suffering in the world and you are not affected by it, if you think you're separate from our entire humanity, I'm not sure also where you are at with your life and journey. So anyway, for me 2020 was a difficult year, but not in a way that anyone would expect or think. It's actually quite strange, because when I think of 2020, this was the year where my love life started getting a lot better. I healed my relationship with parents, not completely, but it's big jump in terms of inner, I think, work and forgiveness I had to go through. There was sustenance, there was abundance, comfort was there. I lived entire summer, with a beachfront property, looking at amazing ocean every day. On the material level, even if I think about it, my channel was doing completely shit, especially right after I talked about controversial things on YouTube, but I was still doing so good financially, actually better than ever financially, even though my YouTube was going to complete shit, which makes no sense, right? You would think the performance of your on social media is connected to your revenue, but it's apparently not necessarily. I learned this year too. So there's been all that, right? But at the same time, I was this entire year when on so many levels where other people were affected, I was, thanks God, doing better, and every day I, trust me, count my blessings and try to help and give back in whichever way I can. But something that I've struggled this year, and something that felt like hell on earth for me, and I'm just, I'm no longer emotional by it. I'm just finish line, we will finish this one up. The biggest struggle of this year for me has been me finding my voice, my authenticity. Because what happened was, ever since the year started, I made an intention when I moved to LA that I'm just not gonna be anymore, doing the jobs and projects that I don't really feel connected to spiritually, even if they bring money, even if they bring fame, even if they bring whatever. I really want to go for my truest soul expression, because this is the kind of year we have to be connected to our truth. Otherwise, it's all we might not regret it now if we really disconnected from our soul and went in a bad direction or something. But we will see it years later, and we will think of this year when why didn't I do this? I knew I wanted to do this. That kind of energy. And ever since the beginning of this year, I was like, you know what, I'm going to pursue art, creativity. I'm going to start expressing myself authentically, dress the way I like, speak the way I like, be myself, you know, no matter what they say, right? But what was super crazy to me is that the moment I started expressing myself authentically, the moment I started really finding my voice, speaking about things I'm passionate about, really expressing my very often controversial opinion, an opinion that's not aligned with the majority, 99% of the world, I felt extreme and huge resistance. Whether from people who were watching my channel were telling me things about how, you know, and that's the thing, like, you can never say anything about my service, you can never say anything about the quality of my work, you can only say something, oh, you look this way, you look that way, you speak like this, you speak like that. That's the only thing you can ever do, right? And it's just, it was so weird because I had so many painful realizations this year, how all the work I've done before, actually, I thought it meant something, I thought it mattered, but really people were just using me. And right now I'm okay with that. I made peace with a lot of things. But I remember right around my birthday, I took a break from YouTube. I actually even like quit YouTube for some time. It was very painful, where I literally, even when it was my birthday, May 15 this year, I was like, you know what, maybe I should completely like not even go online, because you never know. Some people write positive things, some people write not such positive things. And I just remember there was so much people just attacking my appearance, what I look like, slut shaming me, not because of any of my relationships, but because, oh, like whenever especially I look pretty in my videos, I noticed something happened when I started looking really pretty in my videos, because, you know, I fell in love, and I'm the kind of person, I fall in love, that's it. Ella is out of here, you know, I fly with the fairy tales. I start really blooming when I fall in love. When I'm not in love, you can tell I gain weight right away, I look older than my real age, I look really miserable usually, and then I fall in love and that's it, like Venus comes back. And I noticed it, and it was so painful to me. And once again, this is just a summary, it's not that I'm still hurt by that, but reflecting, I guess, on a year, was that I was so in shock that I knew it. I could see, obviously, I'm intuitive, I know what's the real reason why people hate you or not is. I noticed that whenever I started looking beautiful and blooming and doing better and getting out of sick place where I was before with unhealthy attachment, soulmate, twin flame, all that BS, so many people just started, like, I hate to say that, oh, if a person dislikes you, they're jealous. I think it's a really stupid mentality that anyone who dislikes anyone is automatically jealous. No, sometimes people just dislike you, they're not jealous of anything. But I felt that, you know, there was a strange correspondence of me really becoming more feminine, growing my Venus energy, attracting more men, which was also kind of bringing all of this negative energy from female side for me. And it was very heartbreaking. And I was, for a while, just, I didn't feel like posting anything, because I felt like, you know, people, like, before YouTube, I was in such high regard in spiritual community, around like really high profile clients in different spiritual communities in the world. Wherever I traveled, people treated me so nice. Amazing spiritual teachers that I had a chance to meet always treated me so nice and so kind. And then I was like, this is such strange, right? And now I'm on the internet, some random people treat me like I'm not even a human. And it was so painful. Entire, I would say, process of May, June, like May and June, maybe even part of July, was for me just really healing from all that heartbreak, where I looked, you know, because we are humanity, we are all one. And I, understanding that, having that awareness, seek to connect with others. But then I was like, wow, apparently it's not possible always. There is certain disharmony that exists in the world, and I might not be able to do anything about it. And I realized kind of my helplessness in it, that no, I'm not as, like, what do they say, omnipotent or whatever, you know, as I thought I could be. And it was painful. And then, you know, like, yeah, it's like I noticed whenever I was to be more myself, look more myself, express myself more, it's just like it's almost like everything I was working on past 2 years was not real. Like I thought, oh my God, I'm working so hard to connect with all these people, post these videos, this and that. I'm building my community. And then I realized that so much of it was just fake. People who could care less about who I was, what I was doing. And they were just here because they were taking something from me. They were using my energy. And I very often, you know, when in 2 years of doing all this, I had no life outside of YouTube, because I was working so hard. If I wasn't on YouTube, I was all booked up with clients, and just, you know, it requires, right, a lot of spiritual purification, all these things I've discussed also on my channel before. And like my personal life suffered, my even appearance suffered. I started looking much older out of nowhere than I am. My hair was falling out. I went through that even stage. And, you know, I did all that because there were many reasons. Number one was always, I love to help people. Like, sometimes I'm like, hey, no, I don't care. I just want to do me, but I can't. It's my essence. I see someone needs something, I see and I know I can help, make a difference, I do it. It's just like my essence. And I don't know, I sometimes don't like this aspect of myself, even though I think it's good to be this way. Second, of course, building community. I really, really wanted to build my community. Third was, of course, there was also goals, right? To build something, you know, that will last, you know, launch my other projects, other businesses in the future. So yeah, like I felt like a lot of that was worth it. But then I realized that none of these things that were actually like real. There were only a few people who actually cared about me outside of just their free personal oracle or something. This was all very painful. And then, you know, it's weird because I'm not sure why, and I talked about this before, right? Being authentic is punished so much. Like, we don't reward authenticity at all. So for me, the hardest journey of this year was, the hardest struggle was that the more I was finding myself, the more I was finding my voice, the more I became honest, the more I became happy even and whole, the more opposition I faced in terms of like, I just, you know, it's hard to explain that. I don't know, maybe if you're a person who is creative or you have some kind of following, you will understand what I mean. It's hard. It's one of these things, I guess, only if you do this, you will know. But it was hard because I felt like whenever, even from this little stuff, like whenever I would post about something I'm genuinely passionate about, or whenever I would really like express my voice from the very bottom of my soul, people would like unsubscribe from me or write me something really bitchy. And I was like, this is so weird. So if I were to post something fake, like let's say, I don't know, some stuff that no one really knows about, like twin flame or something, some kind of weird spiritual concept that are all just about being trendy. Like, people like that and respond to that positively. But when you are actually sharing from the bottom of your heart, the bottom of your soul, experiences you actually lived, not just copied from the internet or from other YouTube creators to create some kind of viral videos, but when you speak the truth, when you speak about your experiences, people like are against that. And I was so confused. Why is that like that? It's almost like I'm this little child who is still discovering the world, and I'm still confused about, you know, about human interactions and about what humans are like. And that was my biggest battle this year. And even right now, it's like I constantly feel that I'm torn. There is a part of me that really feels like I just want to be myself. I want to express myself. I want to be authentic. And this part of me is constantly faced with various obstacles, from, you know, social media aspects of that to just different even energetically things, like losing sometimes even people on spiritual journey, which is part of spiritual journey, by the way, because, you know, if you're just saying what everyone wants to hear, how much of a spiritual journey is that? There was that, and then there is another part of me that's just like, whatever, it's not worth it. Go enjoy your life. You have amazing things going for you in your life, and I don't know. It's just that's why that always makes it so hard. I am in this place where, you know, there's a lot of things, I don't know, to continue or not. There is a part of me, once again, that wants to go forward and bring certain revolution, certain change. Because actually one famous rabbi once said that everything you see that is wrong with your world, the creator actually brought you into this universe because it's your job to maybe not completely fix it, but to fix at least piece of that. So there is that. But then like another part of me is like, what if it's a lost cause and I'm just wasting my time here? And that was my biggest battle this year. Finding authenticity, finding myself, finding my true tribe, because somehow, I don't know, like I never meant to be inauthentic, but maybe somehow unknowingly I was. Like maybe it happened when I just started even this channel and I just posted now what I wanted, but whatever people asked of me, maybe that's how it happened. Probably that is, I'm not sure really. But it's like, I just feel like there's a lot around me that needs to change, even from the social media perspective. Like I don't feel like I am, not completely of course, but I don't feel like I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and how I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like it's easier said than done. Maybe for some people it's easy. I feel like to truly speak honestly and from your heart and be connected to the soul, to your soul and to your purpose in this world is freaking not easy at all. It's not easy. I thought in the beginning that, oh, just go share, you know, shine your light, that's all. But then I realized there is more to that. There is actually so much more to that. And maybe I'm overthinking some aspects of that. But then I tried to also, I took longer breaks. I had amazing, I don't know, experiences in life. And then I came back to the same place, No, there's, I guess, a part of me that always did on some level want to fit in. You know, I have a south node in the 11th house, which is, you know, and the moon in the 11th as well, which is, I guess, not surprising. I come from a mixed background. I never fully felt like I fit in anywhere because, you know, my mother's side is one religion, my father's side is a different religion. I always, even though people always told me that it doesn't matter, you know, that like I am the local of whatever culture we are discussing, I never felt like I belong anywhere. Because like I have this whole right to travel the world, citizen of the world thing, but I don't know, maybe people from mixed race or mixed ethnicity will understand what I'm talking about. There is a part of you that doesn't feel like, let's say, you know, I don't know, maybe Asian and white, black and white, or different, just different religion. Mama is Jew, dad is Christian or Muslim or whatever. Like there is a part of you that kind of wants to belong everywhere and wants to relate to entire humanity as your friends, as your family, but deep down you do feel like you're not completely like others. And there's moments when it's cool, but then there's moments when it feels kind of, it manifests as this desire to fit in one way or the other in the world. And I guess for me it manifested like I traveled everywhere. I lived in the Middle East, I lived in Southeast Asia, I lived in Europe, I lived in America, South America, Central America, Caribbean islands, Russia, Central Asia where I'm from. So like imagine like traveling the world like this all your life, kind of deep down just looking for your home, and then finding of course my internet family and internet tribe, and still constantly feeling this that you don't quite fit in. So I guess, right, they say if you don't fit in, you were born to stand out. But I guess then to stand out, it also means you have to really make sure you're not diluting your message, you're really speaking your truth. But then when I'm starting doing that, I just feel like it's so hard, like I'm always attracting that opposition. In whatever way, the more I express myself truly and authentically, the more opposition I always attract. Which is kind of makes sense. It's North Node in Pisces in the 5th. And I think even I had a conversation actually with other tarot reader, with Nia, for some of you who know her, she's amazing. She did my reading actually, and we talked about, she said something about how me being like this very lion spirit is actually attracting opposition, but it's good for my soul. But actually even Kabbalistically it makes a lot of sense, because very often when we are earning our light, there is an opposition. There is something we have to actually transform to fully connect and own that energy. And it's just like, that's been what I've struggled with all this year, and it's still not over, because there's been, you know, I guess the negative side and the opposite side always wants to tell you, oh, look at this, you are not doing so well as you could have. Maybe you should go back, and maybe you should try to be fake, like all these fake people who are succeeding. And this kind of thoughts, of course, go through your head, but then you go back and you're like, no, I'll be doing the right thing. I'll be connecting to my true voice. I'm not gonna be like whoever, even if it does bring some kind of success. And there is this inner war, and I guess that's how we all are fighting our demons right now, just in different ways. For me, it's like, it's so ridiculous, because honestly, like, I sometimes think, yeah, right, there's people right now dealing with all kind of different issues. For me, strangely, even my love life, which always been, you know, hell on earth, like not always, but there's been a lot of ups and downs with my love life. Even that got normalized this year. I healed the biggest heartbreak. I healed my family issues. And to me, it's just ridiculous that even the things that are really actually legit to heal, I'm not really struggling with them. I am struggling with what whoever, maybe the persons right now listening and telling me like, oh, this girl just has first world problems or something. Maybe it is. I really don't know. But it's something that I legit keeps me up at night, because I really want to be myself. I want to be authentic. I want to find a way how I can really just bring my voice to the world, bring my gifts to the world, and not have this backfire at me. Because I sense that whenever, once again, we are fake, everything goes great. We find followers, we find this, we find that, life is amazing. And then we try to do something different, go against the, you know, paved way, and we face so much challenges in our process. And that's for me what I've been struggling with so much. And maybe it's a big deal, maybe it's not a big deal, because I shared in one of my videos I recently posted how one of, I think, the biggest focuses of the coming year is going to be, is everything a big deal or not? So I asked myself, maybe this is not a big deal, shouldn't care so much about it. But then I was like, no, if I keep coming back to it, if it keeps bothering me, it means it's a big deal. And it's hard to be, honestly, to be in this process, in this journey of where you are learning to express yourself, learning to be honest, learning to stand strong in your truth. It really can cost you even things like, you know, friendships, connections, different things. But I feel that no matter what happens, we should still do it, because sure, it could be easier. We could have more rewards, maybe more money, more whatever, if we just sell out, let's put it this way. But once again, I always think about this when I'm, I don't know, 100 years old, whatever age, I'm old, and, you know, like, looking back at my life, I want to make sure I don't regret how I lived it. And I don't know if it's a right path or not, the one that I'm taking now. It's no one, like, that's the thing, no one can really tell you certain things which are really your fated challenges in life. Even your guides are quiet, like no one is there. It's, what do you call this, crickets? It's like, it's just for you to figure out. But you know, actually some sages, Kabbalistic sages, say that all of the moments in our life when we feel the most confused and the most lost are exactly the reasons why we were here, or why we had to be here. They're the most valuable, because this is where a revelation of light happens. This is where a great transformation of the soul happens, not just our soul, but even collective consciousness. So maybe that's what I'm going through. And as much as ridiculous, like, once again, the world freaking pandemic, borders are closed, I'm still able to travel, I'm still able to go wherever I want. I actually probably lived in better places even this year as before, like in past couple of years. But then I'm every day also having this very intense process taking place within me. And I don't know, maybe I'm the one who's focused on the right, on the wrong thing or not. But that's 2020 for you guys. It's we all challenged, I think, but it's just in such different ways. And for me, this whole finding my voice, and that's the thing, I guess, like a lot of it, because when I'm thinking about my childhood too, in my childhood, whenever I tried to express myself and find my voice, I was also always punished by my environment. So now I really think, because 2020, I think Teal Swan in her predictions for the year said that 2020 will make us all be faced exactly with what needs to be changed in our own lives, and to the world, what needs to change for the world. You see what's happening, right, in the world, even in America. Again, a lot of injustice, a lot of not good things are happening, and the universe is trying to push us to change all these things. So I guess for each of us it's just different. For me it was that, excuse me, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What are you struggling the most this year? Why do you think, like, this is my biggest question, why do you think it's so hard to be authentic? Why is there such a big war really in the world going on for authenticity versus all of this fake plastic that seems to be winning right now? It's like, if you really think, look around the world, you will see so much fakeness is what's rewarded, while once again people who speak the truth censored, muted, all of that. Why do you think it's happening now? What's our lesson to, and what is your tip for anyone who is in a similar situation perhaps? How did you, if you really connected to your voice, to your true voice, to your true self-expression, how do you stay strong in it and not let anything distract you back? I would really like to know your thoughts. I don't know, what should I add here? It's my, what do you call this? Catholics do this when you go to confession. My confession to you guys. I wanted to speak about finding voice, facing opposition, losing people on spiritual journey. Yeah, but I guess, like, also, you know what? It's all about being authentic. My mantra is be authentic, not people pleasing. The power of true tribe, you know, the power of a lion pack, wolf pack, whatever other packs of dignified animals out there will always win. We just have to stay connected and support each other. I love you all, guys. I wanted to share this. I know this is not maybe content that makes somebody spiritual celebrity or whatever, but it's my truth and I want to share this with you. I love you all so much, and comment something. Tell me a story. Tell me what do you think about what I just shared. I love you all. Bye.